So typically it's in the adoption of new data centers and next-gen data centers where companies are looking to be more agile in how they deploy their IT infrastructure, both from an SDN perspective as well as an application perspective. And one of the drivers that we see is having the visibility into that virtual world. Today, everyone manages their IP addresses typically in spreadsheets or in systems that are manual. When you go into the virtual world, it's very difficult to continue to do that in a very optimal way. The more complex the network gets, the more stuff that you put into the network, both from an infrastructure and an application, you need the visibility. You need to be able to assign IP addresses and change DNS records dynamically. And one of the most important things is when you actually remove things from a network is tidying up after it. It's removing the IP address, it's removing the DNS name. Typically people don't remove DNS names today.
So what we are seeing now at VMware, we are seeing customers, they are adopting more and more the digital journeys and actually adopting more the cloud capabilities. So they're starting building more and more private clouds, as well adoption for start using also public clouds. Now to be able to do this, they are start moving more workloads from the traditional ways to their private clouds, which creates a lot of, let's say, a new dynamics, and within to be able to get advantage of the private cloud environment. Have said that, like automation and security as well, manageability, driving the efficiency within the organization to deliver services on the right time with the right agility. This is what all the businesses they are looking for, and that's why we are seeing, like automation is playing a major role into this one to be able to deliver that time to market, time to service.
So over the past few years, we've made a conscious effort to be more integrated into customers' ecosystems from a security point of view and also from an operational point of view. Today we have integrations into various SIMs where we can pass threat intelligence and we can pass security events. We look at endpoint management where we can trigger vulnerability scanners when we see a threat emerge in a network with our DNS technologies. And more importantly today, when you look at the virtual world, actually integrating with the likes of VMware so that we can help automate and make customers more agile and bring services to market quicker through our integration with VMware, where we can assign IP addresses, we can auto-create and clear out DNS names at the end of a life cycle of a virtual machine. Along the way, we give visibility into everything within the virtual environment as well.
So in VMware, we have the ecosystem that we work with different parties to be able to complement our cloud management solutions as well as end user computing. So we talk about from network load balancing, from security components, as well for, let's say, like IB management and DNS management. The discussions we are having with Infoblox and the relationship we are having, as we are going more and more into automating our workloads with our customers, like from operation point of view, today it's being done at a manual level, yeah. So there is a pre-assigned, let's say, like a set of IP addresses that's been managed by Excel or by something, and the administrators they used to do allocated at that point of creation. Now, when we start seeing customers going with higher adoption and more complex environment, this setup cannot scale. And that's why we are partnering with the Infoblox to be able to deliver for us the capability and the plugin where this will be part of our automation tool, so that the generation of the IPs is going to be automated through the process of the whole automation. So we are eliminating the manual intervention to be able to have this kind of faster time to market, faster time to service.
Okay, so from an integration point of view with the wider ecosystem, I mean, the first thing we get from VMware is the ability to pull the virtual information in. So knowing where a virtual appliance is or the NSX infrastructure for the SDN, we can tell where it is and what the IP address is, what it's connected to. that enriches the overall topology of the network, which we will have within our IP address management. Now, with the fact that we have DNS security within the product, when someone actually triggers one of the rules because they've either got malware on their machine, either their phone or their laptop or their desktop, or they've got someone attacking them externally or internally using DNS, we can pass that information on to a SIM or to another system, and we can give contextual information about where the threat is occurring within the network. That saves customers time and effort on identifying where something is happening within their network at the time of the event. And that's a big benefit to most customers. We're seeing more and more customers at least talk around moving to next-gen data centers, and in certain technologies looking at network virtualization from a functional point of view. So making their networks SDN, putting next-gen data center racks in where it's all the same and you're relying on SDN to configure things. Within those environments, you need to have the agility, you need to have the ability to have visibility and control within that network, both from a security point of view and also being able to effect change.
So the value we're looking from the ecosystem is really the insights that we'll have to be able to have a more intelligent operation. So as we said in the Infoblox, for example, as we are assigning automatically IP addresses, we can reclaim also IP addresses, and we can do assessment for the network to be able to know what are the insights, what are the potential vulnerabilities that we are having, to be able to, let's say, better manage our, let's say, like ecosystem and the private cloud or the public cloud that we are offering to our customers. Now, from a broader context with our ecosystem, definitely we cannot claim as VMware that we can cover everything, and we're relying on different partners, like in the case of Infoblox, to cover this area from a security point of view, from layer 4 to layer 7, from load balancing, from let's say distributed. All of this needs to be taken into consideration, which will enrich the value, and we are giving the choice to the customer, because these are the natural, let's say, like players specialize on their field. And we would like to give the freedom to our customers to work with this ecosystem to deliver the value that based on their use cases. So what we are seeing now in the industry or in the region here, there is a lot of adoption, as I said, more into the private clouds, more into the mobility, and now even though more into the edge and more into the IoT, let's say, like enabled technology. And now we're seeing, like 5G is really becoming a hot topic with most of the operators here. And as you know, we are enabling from the network function virtualization, we are taking it beyond the data center, all the capabilities to the core network to be able to deliver a faster and agile way of delivering 5G and telco services over the top. Now, with this is the starting point, but also we are taking to the next level from a security point of view to address all the challenges that we are facing. We also have something more application context aware security services. So we are testing the norm of the applications and see the anomalies out of that one to be able to see how we can secure, let's say, like more application and the services out to the market.